Okay, so we're now getting towards top of descent. So what we need to do is we need to calculate our landing performance to begin with. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to the performance calculator, so we can either do it within the aircraft or we can do it on SimBrief. Okay, so we got our METAR, so that is going to be runway 15. So we need to calculate our landing weight. So what we do is we come to our fuel prediction page and we take our zero fuel weight of 57.1 and we take our estimated fuel on board at Birmingham of 3.5 and that gives us 60.6 tonnes. So bring that in here and go 60.6 tonnes. And we can see with low braking, idle no reverse, and a manual landing and flaps full, that gives us 2,110 metres, which is well within our required landing distance required. So that is the landing conditions and performance calculated. So now we go into the FMS, or the McDo. We come to, and we do our top hat setup. So we come to flight plan, and we click on line select key at the bottom, and come to our arrival. So I want to check that we got the Hemel 1 Bravo and the ILS approach runway 15. We're not using any transitions for today. Then we're going to come to RadNav. So on the RadNav, we want to set up any frequencies as required. So we should have the ILS frequency will auto-populate, and then any VORs or anything we require on there, and that's kind of set as required. We come up to progress, and what we want in here is basically we want to check predicted GPS is GPS primary, and we can also set a bearing and distance to something. So for this we can set the runway, so I'd set Echo Bravo Bravo 15. Pop that in there, so you can see we're 128 miles away. I'll come across to performance, so then we come to the approach, and we just need to fill in the weather information which we will have obtained from the ATIS. So QNH 1026, temperature will be +31, the wind 170 degrees at 6 knots, and then the rest should auto-populate, and then the Barrow, so we're on an ILS approach, so our minimum today for a Cat C aircraft is 503, and we can insert that, and we're flaps config full. We come in here and we want to set the go around thrust reduction acceleration altitude, so we're that's going to be 1,000 feet above Birmingham, so that will be 1,011 feet. And then we set the engine out acceleration at our missed approach altitude, which would be 3,000 feet. Come down to fuel prediction. We got 2.2 tons extra, which is 1 hour 7 minutes. And secondary flight plan, we can copy the active over, so we've got everything in there. And we could set an alternative runway. It's not likely to change today, so that would be fine to have the as it is there. Okay, so then we can come up the top and we can set our required auto brake, which will be low today. So we're just about 20 miles from top of descent now, so let's perform our approach briefing. So for our approach briefing then, so first we want to start with the weather. So weather today, we got 170 degrees, 6 knots, so, and we got a varying wind coming from the southwest, 10 km more, and we got towering cumuluses at 4,800 feet. So that indicates we might be getting some CBs or thunderstorms later, which you can see here, temporary between 13 Zulu and 20 Zulu, 2.5 kilometers in heavy thunderstorms, heavy rain and heavy hail, with broken 4,800 CBs. So that's going to be a big threat for today, is we're going to have CBs and thunderstorms in the area. So obviously we don't want to make any approaches during our when we got thunderstorms. So what we're going to do is, to mitigate that, we can enter it into a hold away from the airport and wait for the thunderstorms to clear. And we have got Gatwick as an alternative. aircraft. So we're in an A320-200 today. Nothing's wrong with the aircraft and nothing's affecting us. No times to affect us, and threats. So what are the biggest threats of today? So as we discussed, the weather is the biggest threat today. So mitigation for that will be to hold further away if there are thunderstorms, and also I'll have weather radar on my side today. We've got MSA of 2,500 feet when we're established onto the ILS, so if we are given a descent below 2,500, which is also our platform altitude, we will question that. And we can probably expect to intercept the ILS from above here. So our star then, Hemel 1 Bravo, so we'll be coming in via Hemel, 220 at Hemel, and then max 250 knots, and then if no further clearance is obtained, we'll enter the hold at Grove, flight level 70 lowest. Then we can expect radar vectors for the ILS approach. So as we mentioned, it'd be a platform altitude of 2,500 with an MSA of 2,500 for a standard 3-degree glide slope. We'll do a decelerated profile, so what we'll do is we'll set some gates, so at 20 nautical miles or base leg, we'll set flaps 1. We'll set flaps 2 at about 7 miles, and then at 6 miles / 2,000 feet, we will put the gear down, and then we will select flaps 3 and flaps 4 by 4 miles. Missed approach is climb straight ahead to 1,000, then right turn onto 166 to 3,000, then as directed. Once we land, so landing runway 15, we can expect probably Charlie 1 in section to vacate, and then we can expect Echo and then Yankee to stand. Okay, anything we've missed? Nope, I don't think so. And we can descend.